All right, hey guys, thanks for watching. This is another Storetasker case study. If this is the first time that you're watching, my name is Timothy Dann-Barrick. I'm the Digital Marketing Manager at Storetasker, which is the fastest, easiest way to get in touch with a vetted Shopify expert who can help fix your store. Today, because we're doing a case study, I'm talking to a client, Salka Armstrong, who is the owner of Soundly Sleeping Dragon. Sorry about that, Soundly Sleeping Dragon. Salka, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, good to be here.
Awesome. Now, folks who watch our YouTube channel will probably know that I'm located in Montreal, Canada. Where are you coming from, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, right now I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
But I'm originally from Finland.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I'll go ahead and just jump right into these questions. I'm really excited about this. So can you tell us more about what Soundly Sleeping Dragon is all about?
So Soundly Sleeping Dragon, as of right now, is a single product store. Okay. The only thing we're selling is a silk sleeping bag or sleeping bag liner.
Nice.
Which, as you can tell, packs very small. It's 4.2 ounces, but it's actually pretty big. Like, it fits a 6-foot guy, no problem. There's nothing super special about the product itself. What is special about Soundly Sleeping Dragon is that it's handmade by a single mother's cooperative in Vietnam. So the co-op was started in 2009. Okay. It's funded by a group of single moms, and the single mothers group was originally started by a Finnish nonprofit.
There we go.
And that all started back into 96.
Okay.
And all these women are farmers. They live pretty close to the airport in Hanoi, and the area's been industrializing super fast. Mainly because of the location. So their farming land is literally disappearing. They have been making these since 2009. I spent 6 months helping them to get the production organized and going. Did some branding, built their first website back then.
Very good.
And after my time in Vietnam, I did sales and marketing for them in Finland.
What was your inspiration to bring the product and the store to the U.S.?
It had been in the back of my mind the whole time that I've been here. I moved to the U.S. 2014, so it's been 4 years now. Then last summer, I unexpectedly was out of work. And while I was job hunting, I was like, well, this is the time. So I formed a business and imported the first batch here. It's been super exciting and motivating, and especially the recent improvements in the store and in the sales have really gotten me motivated.
Nice. Was it brand new to you, the world of e-commerce, or had you worked in e-commerce before?
No, I have a background in digital marketing project management.
Okay.
So I worked for fairly large agencies for quite a few years. So while I haven't really done much apart from content management myself, I'm very familiar with the process and the tools, and I was pretty comfortable doing it all on my own, and I knew what the steps were that I had to take to get things going. And I also have my degrees in international business, so getting all the import-export stuff going wasn't too bad.
Okay. I was gonna ask about that, because that seems like a big undertaking, especially if you're new to a country, but then also to be importing things to that new country. It sounds like a lot.
It's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
It's fairly small quantities that we're talking about, and then I use UPS for shipping, and they also have a customs brokerage service.
Okay.
So they take care of all of it. I just need to pay the duties online, and then they bring the package to my house just like anything else.
Oh, perfect. And one thing that I really like about your site is that you have pictures and stories of at least some of the women who actually work in the co-op. I thought that was really cool, just getting some sort of information on who actually created the product, whereas nowadays we live in a place where it's like you have no idea who makes the things that you use every day. So.
Yeah, and that's really the reason why I had all my faith in doing this. Besides Amazon having 250 silk or so-called silk sleeping bag liners, that none of them tell a story.
It makes a lot of sense, and I think it helps people connect really well with your store and your product as well. You mentioned that recently you worked with Storetasker, Steven Hudspith, our expert, and that kind of resulted in a nice bump in sales, that's amazing. Can you tell me more about that job and how that happened for you?
Sure. So this all started from a contact that I got just randomly through the contact from on my website from American Airlines On-Flight magazine.
Okay.
And they were doing a sleep special, and they asked me if I wanted to be in this sleep product showcase. And I debated about it. It was a lot of money for me, and it's a magazine. Yeah, they had 17 million people a month that fly American, and it's in every back seat pocket. But still, like it's risky. Little online business, big magazine. But then I was like, well, it's a unique opportunity, and it still wasn't that much money that it would really risk anything significant for me. So I decided to go for it. And that really got me going. It's like, all right, I really gotta get this site polished. I gotta really get my ducks in line before 1st of June when this magazine is out. And I did. So I posted a job on Storetasker just asking to add the stories of the woman to the homepage and to the Our Story page.
Okay.
I felt like the Shopify editor is great for the homepage, but then the actual content pages, it's so basic. And I know some basic HTML, but it was just looking so homemade. That was my job posting. Then Steven picked it up and was like, hey, how about we just update the theme to a paid theme, and that will solve all of this. Like, won't need to do any custom work, and it will help you in many other ways as well. So he helped me to pick a theme from Sandbox. It was the best $180 I've ever spent.
Really?
He did it for me. I did some more formatting, and just that made the store look so much better. Like, it actually looked professionally made instead of homemade.
Yeah.
My conversion rate went up by 150%.
Wow.
And this gets better, because now today, just preparing for this interview, I was really crunching my numbers. So now the conversion rate has gone from, so before with the old theme it was 0.5.
Okay.
Now it's 3.17.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Industry average according to Shopify is like 1.5.
Yeah.
And that's where it was before I put those stories out. So I was like, wow, that's a 600% improvement.
Yeah, well, and especially if you're starting to invest in advertising, like, that makes so much of, like, an actual like financial difference.
Oh, totally. My volumes are still pretty small, so
yeah.
I'm not getting rich here anytime too soon at this rate, but it gives me so much courage that I'm doing things right. I'm gonna be going to Vietnam in November to work with the woman to bring on more products that are less niche. And if I can keep my numbers right and just bring the volume up,
could really scale.
Totally. So I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome. Would you recommend to other folks to think about selling travel-related products in American Airlines magazine? How do you feel about that experience?
It's so hard to track print.
It's really
my direct traffic went up by 200%, which I can probably connect to that. A lot of my traffic actually comes from Google now.
Okay.
And I don't know, I probably would not recommend doing it, at least not spending the full price. We had a pretty good conversation about it on the Shopify entrepreneurs Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And there were people that had used airline magazines with success, some that hadn't, but didn't had used them, but it wasn't successful. And I actually had a pretty interesting contact come through a couple of days ago from a mainstream TV thing.
Nice, yeah.
And I'm having a call with them tomorrow. I don't know how they found me. They just said that Song with Sleeping Dragon was brought to our attention. But I'm super interested to hear what they have to offer, and maybe I can do it further down the road. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from there saw it on the airline magazine.
Any big goals for the next year for your store?
Yes, as I mentioned before, I'm working on adding some new products. They're still going to be somewhat sleep related. Okay. We're going to add some baby products.
Nice.
I got some extra large sleeping bags coming. I'm going to add children's size to the same sleeping bag, but nice. I'm hoping also to do some baby sleep sacks and some swaddles. What really motivates me in this is what I do touches a lot of lives, and it can touch even more lives. And right now, I'm the only one that's doing any sales for this group.
Oh, wow.
So
a lot of responsibility.
So there's 170 women in the group, not in the co-op, but in the group right now. Mm-hmm. And all of them would like to get involved and get a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
And if I can make things happen and grow it, they are all on board. So it's a pretty big motivator.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So I just want to encourage people to think where things they consume, whether it's food or products, where do they come from? Yeah. I feel like in this world of plenty, we just gotta be conscious about our choices, really.
Well, thanks so much for talking to me today. It was really great to have you, and I hope that folks learn a lot from you, and really, really excited to see you as you continue to succeed.
Hey, thanks for taking the time. This was good.
Awesome.